All right, we live.
Yeah. How's it
It's
going?
been- it's going good, man. We get in the process of like getting equipment for all of our sports, but everything came to our house.
Oh.
Yeah, so my house look like Amazon warehouse right now, bro. So now we trying to get everything out to who need it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so next week we'll be back to normal. But we got some new equipment, man. We got some new discus, new javelins, shot puts. That was nice.
Good.
You know, so it's going good. It's going good. Sam at the game, they did really good, man. Cause they was off for like almost 2 weeks for spring break.
Yeah.
They had one practice before the game, but he did pretty good. He pitched 3 innings, only gave up one hit, but he had four crucial walks. But they ended up when they won 6-5.
Bro, they
Pretty cool there.
Courtney played last night and they got crushed. I mean, crushed.
Wow.
It was bad. I mean, he had a great day. I mean,
Yeah.
but as a team,
So what kind of team is it? After they lose, do they go get the Capri Suns and pizza and they happy, or they lose? They be like, man, I don't want none of that stuff. Get that stuff out my face.
no, they apparently I couldn't even go there and talk to him. I'm not I was like, just get your stuff, let's go. I mean, what's his hit? He had a
I've,
nice little hit and everything, but
I've been there. I've been there, man. Those are not fun. Those are not fun. So we got some good topics tonight, man.
yeah.
I wasn't even thinking about that, the Angel Reese one until I saw the Joy Taylor little snippet on Instagram, and I posted it. Actually did pretty good. So I definitely want to touch on that. So it'll be, I guess the angle we can go from it is because what kind of twisted into women athletes are more vilified than male athletes. Like when you become like a polarizing sports figure. Um, I really think I would say women more so, mainly maybe because women chime in on women a little bit more too than they do men. You got that jealousy and that hate aspect. But when it comes to just the athletic portion of it, I think it's equal. Like once you get to that level of stardom, where
Yeah.
you the top in your thing and you the most talked about person in your thing, people gonna hate you.
Yeah.
The average Joe Schmo go hate you. The people that actually do the sport go hate you, and people that don't know nothing about the sport go hate you only because that's the popular thing to do on social media. You see something you're like, oh, everybody else hating. Let me just throw in my 2 cents too from my keyboard, even though I can't dribble or do a left-handed layup or anything in that realm.
And layup.
Them left-hand layups ain't easy, man.
Yeah, that's foul. I mean, I think it's terrible, honestly. I think that the fact that, like some of the examples she pointed out, like, showboating, and you know how I feel about that. I love that kind of stuff. I love like
Yeah,
back and forth. I love it. I think it's a part of I think it's a part of sports. And I think casual fans don't understand that. And it's like, and they set this standard of like how women are supposed to be. I'm not a woman, never been one in my life, don't
hmm
being one. But I think that like women hold each other to a different standard than
yeah, I agree with that.
I would. I'm like, I hold them to an athlete standard. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, because like Joe said, like when they out here, oh, ice water in the veins and too small and stuff like that. I think that's great.
Nobody,
I think it's hilarious.
nobody says nothing.
No, nothing. Like this right here, I like all this. I love that. I thought that was hilarious. I was like, that's that's what get people like people who like sports. That's what get people
Yeah.
talking, and we like that kind of stuff. Because I tell you, somebody posted it talking about how like the college basketball players got uh draw to them right now. It's because of the showmanship. It's because
Because of the showmanship.
nobody talking about the WNBA right now because like you don't have anybody who stands out like that who does that because and the thing is like I said, I'm not one man. I'm not trying to say for one, but I'm just saying what I hear. When I be ear hustling, I hear like,
No,
oh,
you right. You right.
she doing this, and that's not how a lady supposed to be, or that's not how a girl is supposed to be. I'm like you don't speak for every woman. Like,
And another thing too, man, like people judge people not understanding where people come from. In her particular case, she from Baltimore. Hey, listen, even when we played down here, I don't know how it was when you was playing growing up, boy or girl, you stepped on that court, you go hear it. You get crossed up, everybody laughing at you. I'ma talk. You hit a three in somebody's face, you go get talked about. You don't get dunked on. And see, we didn't have social media where you can post it, whatever. But don't get dunked on the park. You go hear about it the whole week.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? And that's just how we were. That's how we were brought up. That's how we was raised, and it didn't have nothing to do with race. It didn't have nothing to do with that's how it was. Because even when I went to pretty much like an all-white middle school, almost it was the same there. If I'm dogging you in PE, you go hear about it, and you dogging me, you finna get it right back to me. You know what I'm saying? You got to be able to take it. And when you step between them lines, I look at it like this: when you step between them lines, it's fair game. Know how a woman's supposed to act or how a man's supposed to act. You're an athlete. You step between them lines, as long as you're not disrespecting somebody, you know what I'm saying, being racist, none of that kind of stuff, it's fair game.
But people take that and what they call aggression as negative. And like, I'm like, no, like you can't be good at a sport and be passive.
No.
You can't. And you sitting here like, what do we like? Like, what do we like our sports? We like, I mean, we like we're not just there for just the game. We're there for like the personality, the big personalities. Like you can up here and drop 60, but if you ain't got no personality or nothing going there, nobody care about what you're doing.
Nobody caring at all, man. Listen, my favorite athlete of all time is Deion Sanders, the showman himself. You know what I'm saying? Like, of course, he did it to the level of where I'm gonna talk about you, I'm gonna talk to you, I'm gonna dance on you, but I'm gonna back it up with my play. And I don't have no problem with an athlete. If you go talk the talk and you can walk the walk, hey, you deserve everything you get because you out here doing it. You doing it on a whole nother level. Like Angel Reese, for example, she won a ship. Like, you expect me to be quiet after winning a national championship in college? Nah, bro. You finna hear about it. You finna hear about it. And Flage, you don't put it in my rap, so I'm finna put it in these bars. You go hear about it all summer long because I got the W. I won the ring.
Yeah.
Like,
and I'll be honest with you, man. I don't even mind. You ain't gotta back it up to me. I think like one of my favorite basketball players, just in the game. This just tells you he ain't score a whole lot of points, but he's very entertaining, and I love watching play. Lance Stevenson.
Yeah, he was entertaining.
Yeah, he go out there, make a layup, and strum his guitar and act a straight fool. You're not just doing stuff like that. I don't know. It's part of the entertainment. It's part of the draw. Look at the Savannah Bananas. It ain't regular baseball, but you know what? People
but
like
it draws you. Listen, go ahead. No, go ahead. What you're saying?
No, that's all. I ain't got nothing else.
I was saying what the just along the lines of baseball, Jazz Chisholm for the Marlins.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He had his gold chains on his chains. He rocked his Jordans. He had his own, he played rap music, whatever, but that's his swag. That's what gets him in the zone. That's what gets him in his moment. And then you go out there in the field and you do what you got to do. Now, listen, like you just said, he wasn't the best player in the league, but all of the things that he did extra drew more attention to him. Now, who get to cover the MLB for EA Sports? The show. Who on the cover? Why is he on the cover? Because he is bringing eyes to the sport. He's bringing eyes to himself, and he putting up numbers. Oh, yeah, we finna break you off, buddy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I don't know, man. I just think it goes back to people are going to hate just because that's the cool thing to do. That's the popular thing to do. Like me, for example, with my kids, because a lot of people don't understand this too. When you put your videos on social media, when you put your stuff on public platforms, you open yourself up to criticism. So you can't be like, I'm putting all my stuff out here, and then people start criticizing you or giving their opinions, and you be like, oh my God, I feel so bad. Nah, listen, this is what I do. I put my stuff out there, my kids' stuff out there, whatever, my stuff. I used to do rap music, whatever. and somebody be like, "Oh, that's terrible. Oh, that's horrible. I can throw further than that." Cool. I go look at their page, and then I'll be like, "Hey, I'm on your page. I don't see you doing nothing what you said you can do." And post the video doing it. And if not, shut up. You know what I'm saying? And I let my kids read it too. And I tell them all the time, when you read a negative comment, go to that person page. And if they ain't doing nothing close to what you're doing, don't even worry about it because they ain't on your level. So, you know what I'm saying? It's like that analogy they use. Eagle is up here, pigeon is here. Eagle don't come down and have a conversation with a pigeon. Nah, buddy, I'm up here. I don't got time to worry about what a pigeon got going on down there. Go doodle on the statue or something. Leave me alone, buddy. I'm up here, got more serious things to tend to. But people go hate. They just hate because they jealous.
Hey, losers worry about losers. Winners ain't worried about no losers. I'm not.
I guarantee you, Jordan won at home. Like, man, I wonder what Charles Barkley doing right now. If he beat him in '93 for the ship. Nope, I care less what Charles Barkley doing. I got my third ring. Let me go ahead and design another pair of shoes. Get ready for the new season.
Yeah, and that's the thing. It's like kind of when we always keep talking about this. Always keeps coming back. Is like I like the more people are trying to fight against it. I love to see these young kids come out here and be more confident and be themselves out here and be who they are. I like to see them. I like Joy was saying, like when you hate when you get them boring interviews and people like giving the safe answers and they want to rock the boat. And when that's not how they feel.
Of course
they feel. And like when someone gives some honesty, then you all upset now. It's like that don't make any sense.
What's going on, Coach Ernest? No, it's definitely not how they feel, man. No, everybody get the same response. How was the game? Oh, we played hard. We went up against a tough opponent. We executed the game plan. No, you know what you really want to say? They was trash. I dropped 40 on them. You know what Caitlin Clark really wanted to say in that interview? You saw Angel Reese come out to the 3-point line and I dropped 3 in her face like that. Boom! You know that's what she really want to say, but you can't say that. Because if you say that, then people gonna be like, "Oh, they cocky. Oh, look at them. They arrogant. They full of themselves." Man, let people be people, bro. Stop trying to they making everybody robots, bro. And I hate it. I hate it.
But you catch some of these cats on these other on these podcasts and stuff.
Oh, they completely different.
They'll tell you they'll split the tea in there. They'll be like, "Oh yeah, I didn't have no respect for old dude or that." But yeah, it's weird to me. I think that's weird. I would never do that. I don't care. It is what it is.
No, and teach your kids not to be like that either. You know what I'm saying? Be respectful. But if you get an interview, you can do a nice interview, respectful interview, and still be yourself. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So definitely out there, people out there, because I know a lot of y'all kids will be on that level. Your athletes will be on that level. Just teach them, man. You don't got to tone yourself down. You don't got to dumb yourself down. You don't got to bring yourself to nobody's level. They need to get to your level. If you up here, stay there and try to get even higher, but don't ever bring yourself down to nobody's level, because those are the athletes that get remembered. The TOs, the Chad Johnsons. You know what I'm saying? Like Chad Johnson wasn't the best wide receiver ever, but he's one of the most talked about wide receivers. Why? Because of what he did. He had a list. I don't remember that year he had the list in his locker room of DBs, and after every game, he had a checkbox. He had the DB name who was gonna guard him, and then he had a yes or no. And on top of it said, did they guard me? And week 1, no. And then he put the stats next to it: 10 catches, 185 yards, 2 touchdowns. No, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That was kind of things, because now you tuning in. Okay, I got Jalen Ramsey this week. Everybody tuning in to watch that game because you've been talking chalk all week. Now I need to see if you gonna be able to do what you got to do against Jalen Ramsey.
And here's the thing that people don't realize is at the end of the day, yeah, and much we talking about, and he put work on people. When it's all said and done, ain't nobody gonna remember them L's. Ain't nobody care about that. While you're current, they'll talk about your L's.
Yeah.
Once you've done, they'll be like, "Oh, you're talking about this and this." Like, no one's gonna Angela Reese and Caitlin Clark ain't gonna be remembered for the L's they took in these tournaments.
No.
Like, "Oh, you remember that time she did this thing right here? You remember that time she jumped 40 up?" That's what they're gonna talk about. They're not gonna talk about the L. So while you out here and you're doing your thing, Like, be your personality, because like if you, especially them upper echelon stars, they turn that into an after career. You know what I'm saying? Look at lost you.
No, you good. Yeah, you turn that into after career. You turn that to broad like KG. Look at KG and Paul Pierce.
Yeah.
They got a whole podcast now. And when they played, when KG played, KG let you know. Don't let KG dunk on you. Please don't let KG dunk on you. You go hit the whole game, man. Did you hear KG's story about MJ?
He has a million of them. I mean,
Man, he was saying he said I think he said he was a rookie. He playing and Isaiah Rado was guarding MJ. And Isaiah Rado, you know, he's doing MJ up pretty good. And KG say he giving MJ the talk. He like, bro, MJ, you supposed to be Black Jesus. You let Isaiah Rado check you. And Isaiah Rado like, bro, KG, chill, dog, please. Do not say nothing to Mike. You know what I'm saying? KG said they was up 10 points going into the fourth. He said halfway through the fourth, we on the bench, tied, down by 15, game over. Mike say, come on, young blood, you quiet over there now. And JR like, man, I told you to shut up, though.
See, that's the thing. And like, but those are good. That's what I'm saying. Those are good. He catch an L, but nobody cares. It's like the moment that you in. So yeah. So I don't know.
But you get that respect from your opponent, though, man. Like you get that respect. Like I'm pretty sure after that, Jordan, like, you know what? I respect Young Blood because Young Blood wasn't scared to go at me. He wasn't scared to talk to me. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, man. It definitely like. It makes you who you are, bro. Like Isaiah Thomas, those guys talk, man. Like nobody was quiet back then. I don't know. It's a different era we're in now, but I just think that, you know, the media definitely portrays who they want to villainize or who they want to make the, you know, the villain, who they want to make the hero. The media definitely has that power. But social media you can put your own truth out there now with social media. You know, it wasn't like it was 10 years ago where we had to wait to ESPN publish something and you had to go to Sports Illustrated to read an interview. Now you got podcasts. You can just go live if you want to go live and talk about a particular situation or story or something that happened to you. So now you can control your own narrative as well. So, you know, take advantage of that. Full advantage of that.
I'll close out with this. This is the most important thing here. Is things are a lot different than when I was younger. Like, just to even like do anything, you had to, you know, I had to have my hair straight. I had to wear a certain type of deal. I couldn't have all this other, you know, I couldn't have a bunch of piercings, tattoos, all this stuff like that in the workplace and stuff. But now, like, there's plenty of kids, these young kids, they come in and they get to be who they want to be. And so y'all gotta take advantage of it. Y'all got this younger generation, y'all got the momentum. Don't let these old heads bully you out of being who you are. Because like you're unique and special for a reason. Embrace your originality. So that's all.
Embrace your originality. And that takes us to our next topic. I like how you put that, embrace your originality. Because we got too many cookie cutters, everybody are looking the same. Do you? Like, even when I teach kids technique, man, I always tell parents there's some aspects of the technique that gotta be the same. You know, certain things gotta be the same, but you can keep some things to keep your uniqueness. Like everybody throw shouldn't look exactly alike. You can have something in there in your technique that's yours. You get what I'm saying? That sets you apart from other people. But leading us into our next topic, taking full advantage of your moment. And again, this is following the Angel Reese, Caitlin Clark. A lot of people knew who Angel Reese was last year. A lot of people knew who Caitlin Clark was last year. But after that moment that they had in the championship game, they took full advantage of that opportunity and they cashed in big time. I mean, they both millionaires in NIL deals. Yeah. You know, like all summer. That's all you saw all summer. Ain't like you say, the WNBA championship, you know, the Las Vegas Aces, they had a squad. They balled out, but ain't nobody care about that. Everybody all summer they talked about Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark. That's all you heard about when it came to women's basketball.
Yeah, and making comparisons. What do you think they'll do? They ain't even talking about the WNBA. They talking about what these girls would do over there. Not highlighting or showcasing any of the actual women in the WNBA, because you said they strike while the iron's hot.
Yeah.
What did Kermit say? Hey, you want to comment on that? He says, I like to see more teams, coaches posting pics and videos of lower tier athletes competing. In order for the sport to grow, showcasing athletes putting in work will gain more attention than just posting winners. We need to promote the sport.
I agree 100%. I agree 100%.
Yep.
We definitely, because not all kids that's at the bottom will stay at the bottom either. You know what I'm saying? So it's cool to post them, post their work, post their grind, post, like we said always, we celebrate all the babies. Like I know for example, like with the picture, the picture in the top of the group, always try to post kids, not just winners. Just post if it's a dope pic or a kid doing something, repost them. Celebrate your kids though, coaches. That's very important because that's actually how you can grow your team as well. Not just growing the sport and growing the brand. You can grow your team when people see that you care about all of your athletes, not just the elite ones. I know we throw that word around. But as a coach too, like that's one thing. That's a big thing in football right now down here. Like all the people are recruiting and they're just trying to get all the best kids. And people are saying you're doing that because you're not really a good coach. Um, Me, I like to take a kid that has no experience, that blank canvas, you know what I'm saying? And to see, okay, what can we get out of this kid? You know what I'm saying? No, you might not be a national champion. No, you might not be an All-American. But if I can instill confidence in you that can carry over into other parts of your life, that's a W. That's a win. You know what I'm saying? Um, but getting back to what we're talking about, capitalizing on the moment, they took full advantage of that. And that's something I think that we have to do as well. Like you got a kid, your kid just won a national championship, your kid just became All-American, your kid just broke a record. You need to capitalize on that moment. Post, 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 post. Make you do a great job at that. Hire Ricky, send your videos to Ricky. He'll chop them up real good. You know what I'm saying? You see us at the meet, get Sam, we'll videotape, you know what I'm saying? Whatever. But post it, celebrate it. Take full advantage. I know for us, when Vanna won the two championships at JO's in Houston, we went crazy on TikTok, and it actually her page blew up so much that it got monetized. And she made a little bit of money, not anything crazy money. She made a little bit of money, but then TikTok actually took the page down. That's a whole nother story. But yeah, capitalize on those moments.
Yeah.
You got anything to say?
No, I agree with you 100%. I think if you have something extraordinary, you should just roll with it. And you don't listen to people tell you, "Oh, you posting too much" or whatever. Don't listen to people. Don't listen to them, because like that, like the people you already made contact with, who are like that, they ain't for them anyway. It's like exposing the people more to what they're doing. And also, like you said, it's growing your team, growing the sport, all those things. It's like it's the people already here already made their minds up. It's the people out here that don't know about you or don't know about the sport, wherever it may be. It's about them, not worrying about trying to please someone who's already here and already made it in mind. They already made it in mind.
Facts. Shoot, you might be sitting on some endorsement deals out there, some sponsorships you don't even realize it. And somebody come across your page and see what one of your athletes, one of your kids did.
Yeah,
that could turn into a sponsorship.
Get some equipment or something. Hey, is there something I can throw you on your way? Or y'all need some. I got this facility over here. There's people out here like that.
Listen,
they like to throw their names on stuff. They like to throw their names on things.
Reach out too. Like you never know. You can get news interviews. You don't have news interview. I don't have a news interview. We were even fortunate enough where she got a proclamation from the mayor. She got her little Savannah Davis Day, whatever. Capitalize on the moments, because it may not come again. You know what I'm saying? It ain't always, it ain't always guaranteed that, I'm gonna do it again next year. I'm gonna do it again next week. Nah, it ain't always guaranteed. So when the moment come, hop on that train and ride that train until you can't ride it no more.
Agreed.
So Henny and Fried Crabs, always laugh at his name. His name funny. He a real cool dude though. Man, he made a very good post on his page on the track group about how other people are monetizing off of your kids' videos. And I didn't even think about it, but it was very true when you think about it. Mile split, on the track side,
Yep.
flow track on the track side, House of Hoops, Overtime Sports. Overtime do everything. They do football, basketball, whatever sports they're gonna do, and they making a killing. If you look at some of these videos, man, some of these videos got millions of views,
Yep.
and sometimes they don't even tag you. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes you catch it through passing. Sometimes they tag you if they know who you are. But you need to get in front of that. You don't even need, you don't gotta have the gangster camera like Ricky. You know what I'm saying? You can get your iPhone, you can start small, get your iPhone 15, 14, 15 or something like that.
Or from iPhones, I'm like, oh, clip this, shoot it out there real quick.
And you got what, CapCut? What do you use it to chop up your videos?
Sometimes I use CapCut, and I use an Apple product called Final Cut Pro. That I use that. So
okay. Yeah, but no, go ahead. What you're saying?
No, I just say it just depends on what I need.
I got you.
Have time on the fly, I use CapCut. If I got time to sit down and really dress up, I'll use my Final Cut.
I got you. Yeah, but y'all gotta get get ahead of it, because they go post your kids and they not gonna send you no check. It's not gonna be like Shannon Sharpe with Cat Williams, where he cut Cat a little piece of that cut. They're not cutting you no check. They go get them views, they go run up the views, they go count their coins, and they go videotape the next kid that come through that might even be faster than your kid from the year before.
Yeah.
See, us on the field. Us on the field, huh?
What happened? And like, oh, this was last. This is 2007. They put a 2007 tag on your D. Man, this is 2008. I'm telling you, I better.
Yeah, listen, we give y'all a game, man. Like, we both do it. Ricky take it to another level, man. Like, when he have his kids, they be having different angles. I love it. When you do the high jump, man, you have you be on one side of the pit. You have somebody on probably Courtney on the other side of the pit, and you be having the different angles, man. But that's what it takes. That's what it takes to grow your brand. Like, you got the Dunnigan duo, you don't grew your brand. When people see them names, they already know who you are. You know what I'm saying? College coaches already know who you are. You know what I'm saying? And that's another thing people don't realize. I would say, get your kids a social media page. You don't per se have to get your kids a social media page. If you can run it through yours, whatever, that's cool. But I'll tell you this, man, we went to a college meet last year. And the college coach knew who Savannah was. I was blown away, but I'm like, how you know? Like, she was 10 years old, dog. It was like, oh, I saw her on Instagram. I saw one of her videos on Instagram of her throwing. You know what I'm saying? So put your kids out there. You never know who's watching. You never know who's looking.
And I'll tell you something, if you don't know where to start at, especially for, and also, this is also the show, what they've done, because like everybody always assumes all these athletes are just elite. They just came out elite. People love to see growth. And so, you posted a video showing Savannah, where she started out with that trash throw, your words, not mine.
That was trash.
And then where they at now? I did one like that before that. I did one with Cork high jumping and showing, hey, it was struggle bus, and then where you at now? That thing blew up. I mean, it blew up. We talking like, I mean, it ain't like millions of people. It's like 30-something thousand views. It got shared like 100 times. But people like to see, they don't always want to. I mean, they love to see like the highlights, but it's good for people to see that. Oh, that's somebody who's just like me. If they can do it, I can do it. People like to see things they can relate to, and that's the Steph Curry effect as well. That's why he blew up. It was like, oh, I ain't got to be 6'8", 6 feet, and I can be a rock star. Come on, hey, people like
and they showed, even with Steph, like you said, they showed him when he was in like middle school. He was small. Showed him when he was in high school, he wasn't that big. And then you remember a lot of people didn't even know who he was until he came out with Davidson and knocked out. Didn't they beat Kansas or no? Was that the year they beat Kansas, or did they lose to Kansas in the Elite Eight? I know, because they was knocking off everybody, man. It was him and them LaFola Jokers, and they was shooting lights out. in the tournament, man. And that's what really kicked his name off. But like you say, it was a progression. People want to be able to relate to the athlete. You know what I'm saying? And you want to grow your brand of your athlete. You want people to, start to follow them and get your followers up. You gotta post. It's nowhere around it. You gotta post. And like I said in the live that I had earlier this week, you don't have to make a bunch of different videos. You can make one video and post that on different sites. Like I literally make one reel and I post that same reel on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. Because you can do YouTube shorts now, which is dope.
Yeah.
Like we did a video like that of Savannah, but with shot put. I think we did a throw for each year from 5 to 10, and it went viral. It went viral on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. And it was the same video. And I got the idea from somebody else on Instagram. I was just scrolling through Instagram. I saw that video. I was like, oh, this is cool. Stole the audio off of there, put it on our video, did the same concept. And theirs was softball. It was a girl pitching. Like she was, like you say, she was trash. She was throwing the ball. It was on the fence. She was throwing the ball over the fence. And then by that fifth clip, man, daddy had to change gloves. She about to knock daddy off the bucket.
And that's another thing. It's like when you're doing that thing, if your kid, and one of the things I had another video blow up because Ari's on this, she's still on it, but she's always talking about Slay Queen. Like that's her thing, whatever. And so when we went to Oregon, and she won that national championship down there, I had told her, I said, hey, do your thing. I was like, when they put you on that big screen, do your thing. Go Slay Queen. I was like, and I didn't think she'd do it. And she did.
Because they be nervous, man. I don't know why they be nervous.
And people love that. They was like, that's cute. That is so adorable that, but it's fun. And the thing, my man, what's his name? The Hampton Darts. They wore crowns last year.
Yeah, when they won. Yeah, they wore crowns.
That was dope. I like that. I was like, I need to steal that.
Listen, like I say, if you win, you do what you want. You don't like it, beat me.
They had crowns and sashes. I was like,
yeah, listen,
that's dope.
Listen. And they throwing too. They throwing, both of them, big and little sister. They slinging that javelin. Like I say, if you don't like it, beat me. That's if you beat me, then I can't put on no crown. You beat me. People was mad at Angel Reese for her crown. She couldn't wear the crown that night. Clayton Clark got it this time, so now the crown stay in the locker room. But if I win, that crown coming out, and I'm putting it on my head.
As it should.
That's like when T.O. bombed Sean Springs and he pulled the Sharpie out of his socks. Okay, and people got mad. Be mad at Sean Springs that he gave the touchdown. Don't be mad at T.O. because he had the Sharpie in his sock.
That's not his fault.
That's not his fault at all, man. I don't know, man. It's just, listen, do you. Like I know with me, man, Savannah, she be nervous and scared. Because Tia always tell me to take out the belt, the MVP belts we got from her meet. So I was like, take the belt to the meet, man. Let her walk around with the belt on.
What I do? I take those.
She be too nervous, man.
I take those rings anywhere. Anytime they hit the pole, I'm like, hey, you gotta slide a ring on.
Yeah, you ain't wrong. You listen, you're not wrong at all. You're not wrong at all. And I wish more people would do that. Bring more, like you said, it goes back to bring more originality to it. Like you do something exceptional, people should celebrate you because that's not the norm. You break a record, people should celebrate you because that's not the norm. And you should do something, like the Maurice Green, man, that stick in my head all the time when he won that 100. And he knew he was going to win it because he had the guy set right there with the fire extinguisher. He won the 100 and he kicked the shoes off and Buddy come with the fire extinguisher and shh, like the shoes is on fire. I love that, man. Like we need more of that in the sport. Yeah. You need more of that in the sport. Matter of fact, we might do that. We might do that with a javelin. I'm gonna see if I can pay Steve. Have Steve out there. Steve, when that javelin hit, come up there and spray it with the extinguisher, man. You'll go viral. You gonna have some haters though. Oh man, I can already see the post. Who do they think they are? But that'll be dope. We gotta come on. Hey, put put some things down in the comments of celebrations that you think people should do, and let's see who bold enough to take your suggestion and actually do it.
Shit.
But taking us to our next topic, my brother. This is actually a more serious one. Not so much more about along the lines of videotaping and making money and promoting your brand, but it is kind of in a promoting your brand realm, hanging around the wrong crowd. Especially for the high school, well, middle school kids now too. Middle school is a very tough age. But it's very important, coaches, parents, and coaches, that you stress the importance to your kids. Bless you. That you stress the importance to your kids and athletes, that the company they keep sometimes can cause them to get in trouble that they might not be able to get out of. So you definitely got to make sure, even if it's on the team, there's some kids that be on your teams that you don't want your kids hanging around, because you already know they not about, the same thing you want your kids to be about. You know what I'm saying? So you definitely have to protect your kids' interests, because all these kids have a bright future, even if it's not in track and field or sports, they still got a bright future somewhere. So you want to protect that.
Yeah, and I'm always having that conversation with my kids. I'm always telling, and then when we're in season, I talk to a lot of kids about it. When I have my kids that I'm coaching, I'm telling, hey, I'm like, listen, because they'll be talking about this and that, and their parents, like, they always, yeah, you gotta listen to your parents too, because the parents, they'll be snitching on, they be dry snitching on their kids, so they want you to say something. So make sure if you take those cues and listen and say something, because it's like, I'll tell a kid, I'm like, look, do you know what you're doing right now? I was like, no one's doing what you're doing right now. There's like 20 people in the country doing what you're doing right now at the level that you're doing it right now. Like,
That's
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 nonsense. This is temporary. What you're doing right now is temporary. Like, you got to look like on the long haul. Like, all this, like, especially if I have conversation about grades with kids, I'm like, listen, like don't be a fool for another fool.
facts.
You're doing something that's much more important. What are they talking about right now? Leave the world behind. We ain't about that. So yeah.
Wow. Who's that? Say I saw hold on. I need to see who posted that. Oh, Steve. Yeah. Oh, Steve, I'm gonna hold you to it, man. I'm gonna keep a little fire extinguisher in my car. The next meet I see you at, I'm putting that fire extinguisher in your hand. You already know what to do. But Steve said I saw a boy cursing and acting wild, not even knowing the Georgia coach was behind him, messing up his brand. Yep. Because that's a fast way for your offer to get pulled if you had one. And if he was thinking about giving you an offer, you can forget about that. Um, you can forget about that, because the kids don't realize and understand this. As a college coach, you already got, now you got to worry about NIL, you got to worry about transfer portal. Like, you got a lot more things to worry about than you used to. And the last thing I want to do is go home and have to think about, is this kid gonna do something stupid to make me look bad, to make the university look bad. So when I bring a kid into my school, I'm making sure I'm trying to bring a kid in with good character. Like Dion always say, character, smart, discipline, all that, the acronyms that he used. But you got to keep that stuff in mind. Like, they looking at everything you doing. They looking at what you posting. They looking at who you hanging around. And parents, you gotta be more like, I know we try to be buddy with our kids and all that stuff, but you can't be their friend and their parent. That's not how it works. You got to be the parent. You can be a cool parent. You can be an understanding parent. You can be the parent that sit down and actually have a conversation and listen to your kids, but you can't be a friend and a parent. I just don't think those two things mix. You gotta have guidance and tell your kids, you're not hanging with that person, you're not going to this place, you're not gonna be around these people, because like you say, we got a path that we got, I know the vision I have for you. I know where I see you going. And if you keep going left, you're not gonna be able to go right.
Yeah, and I think sometimes people, kind of what you said, it's not just I think some people actually forget that their parents is also the deal. They actually forget that their parents, and like negotiating with their kids and like letting them run amok. I'm like, at the end of the day, yeah, I'm gonna listen to your input. But at the end of the day, you're a kid, and I'm gonna make some decisions for you at the end of the day. Because, like, no disrespect to my kids, they're smart for their age.
Yeah, but they don't have the experience.
Yeah, I done seen some things. Okay, so hey, you know what? Don't get me wrong. I've heard them say things like, I should think about that. But
Yeah.
at the end of the day, that's me and my wife's decision. Like, wait, nothing goes. You will have the illusion that you're in control until I need to step in.
Facts. I like
Then
that.
you
I
really
like that.
know who's running things.
I like that.
Because every once in a while, you gotta remind kids, like, hey, who do you think?
Like I be seeing parents come and they be like, I didn't know my child's grades were that bad. Well, where you been at the last 8 weeks? You know what I'm saying? Like, bruh, like they come to me, you think you can help us with this? Like, bro, where have you been? Like, your child has a portal. Like, it's not like it was when we was in school where, you know what I'm saying, all they saw was a progress report and a report card. You can literally check your kids' grades every day if you that person.
Anytime you want to.
You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, man. Like, you got to do a better job policing your kids. You got to do a better job watching your kids.
Saying no to kids.
Yeah, saying no. I know you. Like, we got this thing now. Like I always say, well, we try to give our kids what we didn't have, but we forget to give them what we did have, which is structure, discipline. Like, our kids, I don't know how it is with y'all, man, but like, our kids turn us into sous chefs. Like, when I was growing up, whatever got cooked when I walked in the house is what you ate. If you didn't like it, you went to bed hungry. Mama didn't care. Now it's like we in there, like we at Waffle House. What you want to eat? All right, you want this? Boom, no onions in yours. You know, okay, bro. What are we doing? You know what I'm saying?
I tell my wife that I what are you doing?
Like, it's it's crazy, man. And the kids realize it. The kids be sitting back like, I got them. Look at these dummies in there. Got them.
They come accustomed to it. That's just life.
Yeah.
Right?
That's true.
Like, you gotta, you know, like you said, the structure and stuff like that, and like some of like the no's, because like at this point, like obviously you always try and be more successful than the previous generation, which I
Of course.
and so I'm able to give my kids a lot of things that I couldn't have dreamt of. And the thing is like sometimes you got like, hey, no, like, hey, and I explained to them, hey, here's the deal, man. If I don't take care of business, you don't get any of this. So if you don't take care of business, and you gotta teach kids, and that's why. And this is kind of off topic.
No, it's on topic. You good?
But I'm saying, like, that's why I told my wife, I said, hey, we gotta cut out all this like expectant gift giving that everybody's celebrating. I was like, it's easy for you to give Christmas presents every year, or do something for Valentine's, or throw a party for their birthday, because you're successful. I was like, here's the thing. As much as we hope and wish that our kids are successful in the future, it may not happen. And so it may take them some time to climb. They may not be successful out the gate. They may have a period of struggle. But if you indoctrinate into them saying, oh, every Valentine's Day, I got to get my girlfriend something because that's what I'm supposed to do, even if they can't afford it. And now they find themselves in a bigger hole.
Yeah, trying to please people. I got you.
Trying to get something, and you got to set limits. Like, hey, I can do this because I took care of business. This ain't automatic. And so I've been winning some battles over here, man.
Yeah. But those are good lessons those are good lessons to teach your kids, because they have to learn how to struggle. And I think Dawn Staley says this in one of her interviews. She says, the reason your kids are so successful when they come to South Carolina is because I allowed them to fail. And a lot of time we are so afraid to let our kids fail because we don't want to feel like we're failures as a parent. And you're not a failure as a parent if your kid failed in certain aspects of life, because we've all failed in certain aspects of life. That shows you your true character. When you fall down, how do you get back up? You get what I'm saying? And a lot of times we don't allow our kids to fall down. You got to let them fall down. Like, people hide their kids in track meets. People will literally not put their kids in track meets because they look at the performance list and they say, ooh, they coming. I ain't going. What are you teaching the kid? You never know. The kid might surprise you because it ain't the kid, it's you. The kid was happy to go to the track meet. That might even be their friend. They can care less if they win or lose to that person. They get to hang out with their buddy or they, you know what I'm saying? Whatever. But as parents, we do that kind of foolishness, bro. Like, why would you, like you try to hide them? You it's certain things that they got to experience. And if they don't experience it, they won't grow up. Like,
you gotta be comfortable with your kids failing things, because here's your job as a parent. Your job as a parent is to give them all the tools. If you give all the tools and they still fail, that's not on you.
it's not on you.
That's not on you. You
That's
did
not
your
on you.
you
That's not on you.
you guys the people forget, at some point they do start making their own decisions. And they actually, and like, you can't make them do what you want them to do. The only thing you can do is give them advice, give them the tools, give them everything out there. Now, if you wake up one morning and say, gosh, I wish I would have told them no that one time, or whatever it is, that now, hey, you gotta hold that L.
Yeah, you gotta hold that L.
You did your part, and you course corrected when they made mistakes, and you let them know, you taught them lessons. You did your job, and so you can't get hung up on that. You can't you can't hold their hand, because you could die tomorrow. Then what? And all you've done is hold their hand the entire time. Now that person, that bottom drops out. Now what? And for failure, then.
That's facts. That's facts. And that's something that we learned along the way, man. Like with Sam, like we kept Sam in a bubble, man. And he got to middle school and it was like, this boy don't know nothing. Like he's smart, but he has no common sense. And I can't put that on him. It's because of us. We did everything for him. Tie shoes, you know what I'm saying? Like we didn't even teach him how to ride a bike because we were so afraid he was gonna fall. You know what I'm saying? Like stupid stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Like swimming. Like just let them be kids, bro. You know what I'm saying? Let them fall down and scrape their knee. Let them jump in the pool. If they about to drown, jump in there and save them. Like little stuff like that. So like with Savannah, we kind of just threw her to the wind. Like we was like, we're not gonna make the same mistake with you. You just go do whatever you want to do. Run around the park, whatever. You know what I'm saying? And now, Sam is, he's gotten a lot better because we kind of slowly, take the ropes or the leashes off or whatever. But you can't keep them in a bubble forever.
Nope.
You can't keep them in a bubble forever because eventually, like you say, you're gonna leave or they're gonna end up doing what they want to do. And if you didn't give them the right foundation or the right tools, then they're gonna fail and it's gonna be ugly. Because the one thing about life is life don't care about how you were raised. Life don't care about where you come from. Life is gonna punch you in the face, and you gotta learn how to duck and bob and weave, because it's gonna swing at you. Sometimes it's gonna connect. If you know how to move, you can dodge it. More times than not. But it's gonna connect once or twice, and you gotta be ready to respond.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So bringing us to our last topic for tonight. This is actually a topic you brought up. People that like to, well, I ain't gonna say people, salty adults that like to minimize youth athletes who are doing exceptional in their sport or event. So I call them salty people because it's no way you should have anything bad to say about a child that's doing something positive. That's just how I look at it. But I'll let you take the lead.
Yeah, I see this a lot, like in the main track group, where they're like, someone will say, oh, such and such is killing it right now, but whatever. Like they might be pumping, like I'll use my man from Bullis, what's his name?
Oh, Quincy.
We use him for example. My man's killing it right now, right?
Yeah.
And I remember him killing it years ago, and people were saying the same thing back then. It's like, he's all right now, but we'll see what happens when he gets older. Who cares what he does when he gets older? Let's celebrate the moment now, because kids are fickle and they will drop something just like that. I know D1 players who don't play their sport anymore because like they just woke up like, I don't want to do that anymore.
I don't want to do no more. That's true. That's true.
So, and then it wasn't like it was like overbearing. I know the family, not overbearing parents, nothing like that. But it was like they woke up, I don't want to do this anymore. This ain't my thing anymore. I just want to go hang out. And so while they're in that moment, you should be celebrating those kids, giving them flowers, because those are memories that they're gonna look back on and be like, man, that was a good time in my life or whatever.
Yeah.
But if it's flooded with all negativity around it, like you making that a bad experience with somebody. But you know, like everybody, like people who are realistic, they know that at some point this time may run out. It happens, or it may not. You don't know. But the only thing I say for the future, you worry about education in the long run, because that's the thing that you can control. You can control that. Athletic ability, sometimes we ain't got control of that. Sometimes, God got that one on you. And so
You got one.
you can't fight that. Sometimes genetics got you on that. Things happen. But while you're in the moment, don't wait till it's too late to celebrate your baby and their time is past.
That time has passed. I like that. Listen, man. What's up, Brandon? You got some beignets for us, man? Um, but yeah, no. Listen, you already know my stance on the babies, man. Celebrate them. Like you say, celebrate a PR because that's a win. Like the guy posted, the British guy, I think it's British or something, and he was like, the baby ran 18 seconds, but she got last place, and she was distraught. But he said last week you ran 19 seconds, so actually you won because you were second faster this week. And if you keep getting a second faster, eventually, you know what I'm saying, you'll get to that level. But celebrate them. Like I don't know, man. Like it don't just have to be tracked. It can be anything. If a kid is doing something positive, I'm gonna celebrate them because it's so easy for these kids to get caught up in something negative. It's so easy for these kids to be in their house now on the TV, on the video game, on the cell phone, doing absolutely nothing that's contributing anything positive to them, themselves, their families, or society. So you got a kid out here doing something great, bro. And that's why that's the one thing I do love about social media now, because we got so many, I call them nieces and nephews. When you see these kids out here putting on the show week in and week out, man, like when I go to these meets and stuff, I just sit back and just be in awe of these kids, man, because these kids, even the ones that ain't, throwing crazy distances or running these crazy times, they're still doing better than I was doing at their age.
all the kids I coach, and they go to meet and stuff, I get I call them ussies. I get a picture with them, and I'm like, yeah. And I'm proud of all them kids. I'm like, because you know how hard it is to get up out your. It's so much easier to stay at home and do nothing, and just run your mouth and talk about people who are doing stuff. That's easy. Having the courage to put your shoes on and get out here and make yourself uncomfortable, that takes.
Yeah, and it's different than when we was doing it, because you was running against people from like your neighborhood. These kids going against people from all over the country.
Yeah, someone's going against the world. And this thing, and my thing is this: if you, hey, I'm like the people get all salty about saying, "Oh, that kid's elite." Hey, that kid's elite to me. I ain't seen nothing like it. Oh, like they say, oh, they try to put like conditions around it. Well, no, they gotta do this first. I don't care about way down the road. I care about what's going on right now. Because, like, you know what? Like we can talk about what they, because we can always talk about what they did in the past. Oh, that year you had that deal. I can't talk about what's going on in the future. Like, oh man, someday that kid's gonna. I know for a fact that kid's gonna be this. The only thing we know for a fact is what you did in this moment. That's the only thing we know.
That's it.
Are they in that moment? Celebrate them babies. Hey, that baby's elite right now. I remember I've called a couple. I remember 9-10-year-olds like 1,500 runs, and like, oh, that boy, hey, that boy's elite. Or I see a kid, like you said, I saw. I remember that one kid threw 150 something that jab, and I was like, that kid's elite.
Yeah. But it is for that moment, for that age group, that is elite. You know what I'm saying? And that's what people don't realize, and people don't understand. And you have to protect the kids, because you have some kids that want to do a long term. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes you have to protect them from themselves, and sometimes you have to protect them from coaches who don't understand what they have and just trying to get everything out of that kid at the moment, not realizing that this kid has a future. That's why I respect coaches and I respect parents that you don't run your kids every weekend. You know what I'm saying? And you put limits and barriers on your kids. Like, even like, say, for example, with Sam, my son, today he was pitching, and he was at 60 pitches. And Kim went to ask him. She said, What's up? You want to go?" And he was like, "Oh, I could do another inning." But this coach said, "No, your limit is 60 because you got a future in this. So go get your glove and you going to shortstop." Was he happy? No, but hey, they understand the longevity of it, because you told me you want to do this long term. So I'm gonna protect you so you can make it long term. You know what I'm saying? And I respect the coaches that do that for their athletes. I respect the parents that do that also for their athletes. But celebrate your children. So videotape them, post them. Like I always tell people, like, we need to get a lot more posts in the field events group. Post your kids.
Yeah,
Post
we
post them in practice. Post them at the meet. Post them throwing. Post them jumping. Like, we want to see it. We want to celebrate them.
we used to see, like, I don't know what's going on, and this is part of the hater culture. Is we used to see a lot more pictures and videos of kids doing stuff, and it wasn't always kids winning. It was just people just like, "Hey, we out here putting this work in today," and "Hey, we doing this," or whatever. Like, I made a post the other day. We was out at nationals. We didn't win high jump, but I was giving the kid who won it flowers. Hey, that girl pushed my kid to do better, and I gave praise to the kid, the coaches, the parents, and stuff like that. And it's like, I don't know. It's just, people are just weird, man. I don't get it. I don't understand it. I would love to see more people's kids. I like seeing kids, because like, I know a lot of y'all out here. I'm watching your kids grow up. And
Yeah, you are.
don't realize that. And so my wife didn't understand about the social media thing. Kind of like you said, it was like you ran, that coach knew your daughter. And it was funny, like a couple of years ago, my wife had first experience like the whole Dunnigan duo deal, because she never came out of the track meets. And like, people come up to her and say, "Oh, hey, how you? I see you, this and that." And she's like, "How do you know them?" I was like, "Baby, I don't know everybody. I like they see you."
But they see the videos.
People are rooting for you. Like, there's more
people are rooting for you
than typically there's just a bunch of haters. You'll hear from the haters, but there's people who are always going to be rooting for you. They want to see you at the end of the day.
I'll say this, because this is something, I guess it's just a mental type of thing. Like, you'll have a post, right? And you'll have 10 comments on that post. 9 of those comments are positive, and you have the one negative comment. And a lot of times we focus on that one negative comment. We forget the 9 positive comments telling you, you're doing great, keep up the good work. You know what I'm saying? And we focus in on that one down at the bottom that's saying, "Oh, you're terrible. Oh, I'm faster than you. Oh, I can throw further than you. I can, XYZ, whatever." Don't focus on the negativity. Don't focus on the negativity. Focus on the positive. Focus on, are you having a good time? Because if you're enjoying yourself, at the end of the day, that's all that matters. You having a good time, you happy, you out doing something that's actually creating longevity in your life, because you out, doing something active outside. You know what I'm saying? Your lungs are expanding, you're doing good. Just focus on that. And parents, focus on the positive with your kids as well. Put your kids around positive people. Put your kids around positive coaches. Put your kids around positive kids also, because that's going to make them improve also. When you put a kid in a positive environment and that kid is being encouraged by the people around him, you'd be amazed of how much more, how fast they improve with what they're doing, because they get eager. They want to go to practice. They want to get out there and try new things. They want to get out there and work hard, because they're being pushed, but they're being pushed in a positive manner. So you'd be surprised. But yeah, man, I don't know. But I definitely want to see more videos. I definitely want to see more posts. Like I said, all my athletes get prime time exposure, and that's what that it should be that way. It should be that way. Everybody should get it.
It's so funny. One of my athletes that I had at JO, she finished 9th. I was like, "Oh, I gotta get a picture. I gotta get a picture with." And the parents couldn't understand why I was so excited. I'm like, you broke out of your comfort zone.
Mm-hmm.
Like, this is special to me. This is amazing. I was like, you finished 9th. That means you finished ahead of a couple thousand more people that weren't able to get to this point. And that's, like you said, like, they focus that, "Oh, I didn't make the top 8." I was like, do you know what you did? You know how many people would love to be in your situation right now that you
Yeah,
don't
10 through 100.
yeah. And so I'm sitting here and I'm like once again, I always try to apologize. I tell the kids like you don't know. I said you won't realize this until later, but this is probably one of the hardest things you've ever done in your life up to this point. I was like, because all the people who talk trash about you, they ain't stepped a foot out here, and I hear those negative parents too. Y'all negative parents, I know for a fact, because some of y'all be looking at y'all social media because y'all run your mouths out there doing track meets. I'll be looking because you can do take a picture of somebody.
Master.
You can search their stuff on the internet. Those that don't know, they can take pictures of you and they can find you. And I check it was like, you ain't done nothing every day in your life, and you appear on this kid like that. Like you can't. I don't know. If you never walked those shoes, it's kind of hard to say. That's another reason why I'm kind of chill, unless it's high jump and hurdles and the 400. Now I got a little bit more to say to my kids in that situation. The javelin and discus,
Yeah, quiet.
I'm like, hey, look good to me.
Yeah.
It look good to me. Like,
yeah, I don't say much, man. I've been blessed that I've had some athletes come through that were really good. And I've had some, like I had a girl when first time I saw her at 6, like she was, I can tell she was going to be special. And she just broke her collegiate record 2 weeks ago. And she was at 6, dominating from 6, you know what I'm saying? But she loved it. When you find something that you love, and like I said again, you have positive people around you. She had, me, her parents are very positive, instrumental in her. She went to a high school where she had a positive coach, and now she in college, and she's still doing what she loved to do. So it's possible to go from, like you say, from that youth level to the adult level, if that's what you want to do. Not everybody want to do that, but if that's what you want to do, it's possible. You got to work now. You got to put in the work.
And just remember, just to like you said, I really want to punctuate that point, saying, hey, just teach them how to turn out the negative, and it's like one of those things. It's like, like why do you care about what they talking about? They ain't doing what they doing. That's the first thing. Like my kids tell me something, someone says something, I was like, so what are they doing that's so good?
I use the court.
You can't think of anything. You can't think of anything. Why do you care?
I use the Korg line. We can't say Ciroc no more with all the P. Diddy stuff going on. I use the Korg line now, man. What, that random?
That random? My son be throwing them things out there, don't he? He like, that random? No random gonna beat me.
That's my line now, man. That that random? Nah.
He says that one a lot. He says, "Who's bro anyway?" That he does that one too.
Bro, that's my line now, man. When I see him, I'm walking up to him like, bro, that random over there trying you, man. I die. I think about that all the time, man. He died. But yeah, now we'll close it out. But celebrate your kids, and keep positive things around them, positive people. If you gotta write little positive messages in their room, put it on their mirrors. Like, you'd be amazed of how far that stuff go. I remember I closed it with this. I had Bell's palsy about 5 years ago. The whole right side of my face was paralyzed. And the doctor was like, yeah, I don't know when it's coming back. He gave me some steroids. Like, you take these steroids and then pretty much just pray, and massage your face, slap it, whatever. And my wife put positive image, like little quotes and scriptures all over the house where I would be at. And I read those. And I tell you, man, it came back in 2.5 weeks. And I went back to the doctor, and the doctor was like, this ain't normal. And I was like, yeah, but we prayed, and my wife put all the positive energy, and you start believing that this is gonna happen, this is gonna come to pass. And that's what you got to do with your kids. Keep positive people, positive things around them, and they'll start believing, I can do this, I can do this, I can do this. And before you know it, they're running out of those braces like Forrest Gump, and they not stopping until they get to Alabama. But nah, definitely, man, stay positive, and celebrate every little thing they do. Celebrate. If it's a 1-inch PR, celebrate it. If it's a 1 second PR, a half a second, a quarter of a second, celebrate it. because that means they did better than they were the day before. And at the end of the day, that's the goal.
All right, y'all. Y'all take it easy. Thanks for having me again. God bless y'all. We'll see y'all on the next one.
Yes, sir. Enjoy and good luck to everybody this weekend that's competing.